Hi, it's me, Tinsley Bradford. I'm the author of the SettleFree Dating Method for Women, and it's a no-nonsense advice guide to remind you that you are more. I'm here today because I wanted to talk to you women, real talk on some things that has been on my mind and in my heart to talk about. One of the things that I often see a lot of today is a lot of women who are experiencing large amounts of pain, feelings of deception, feelings that they've been let down, forgotten about, overlooked, not accepted, not embraced for who they are. They don't feel good about themselves because they've been rejected in so many ways for so many different reasons. I'm one of those women who have experienced much of that in my own life, much of it. Believe me when I tell you, sometimes I still feel like I experience it, but what I want you to know is in today's world where there's so many cruel critics, so many negative people with nothing but bad things to say, bad wishes for your life and for your future and for your family and for everything you stand for, I'm here to tell you that there is so much power within you. I sit here thinking about myself and all of the things I've gone through, and I still go through, even today. And what that would have looked like had I just given up a long time ago, and had I just allowed criticism and downplaying and condescending behavior and failed relationships and feelings of low self-esteem and insecurity and low self-worth and worrying about my finances and worrying about bad decisions I've made, giving a crap what people thought. Where would I be today if I allowed that to dominate and consume my way of thinking and who I am as a person, who God has ordained me to be as a person? Where would I be? I can't talk enough about finding out what that is inside of you and doing everything you can to bring that out. There's so many different confidence boosting seminars for women, some free, some cost money, online seminars for women. You need to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people who want you to be successful. That is what I've been doing, and that is what's working for me. I no longer worry or care about people who do not worry and care about me. We've got to stop playing mama to society, placating to everyone else's needs except for ours. I would not be able to speak, to be a book author, to be an influence, which is what I strive to be, to share positive insight, to share how you can become your better person and not be stuck in failed or unfulfilling relationships if I was still stuck in those type of relationships. I am more than just some woman with a past that I'm not so proud of. I am more than just a woman who've made bad decisions that might have cost me. I am more than just what someone else who doesn't really know me thinks about me based on what they know at a glance. And so are you. You are more than just someone who has a dream sitting there wishing. Someone made a comment one day and I was so blown away with it. It was on Facebook. And it said, I don't have a genie, so I don't wish. I have a God, so I have faith. That comment alone made me feel like, yes, yes. See, this whole thing in life, you gotta believe in yourself. It starts with asking those questions. Looking at what you're most passionate about in the morning. What do you wake up in the morning and you cannot wait to do? What's on your mind the moment you wake up and you cannot wait to get to it? Whatever that is an introduction to your passion and to what you were made to do. What you love to do so much that you'd probably do it for free if you're not already doing that. Get yourself away from negative energy who's not trying to help you get to the next place. You may have to cut some people off. Everybody can't go where you're heading. They just can't. And it's a sad thing to look at it that way, But when you give people time after time after time, and they continue to show you that they have no ambition and no willpower, and they don't have that get up and go about them, and they're dragging you down with their negative way of thinking, you will never grow. If you continue staying in the field with dead fruit, you're not going to blossom. You can't be in a field with dead seeds. You're not going to grow. You can't be in a field with soil that's not been prepared to help you grow. You got to get somewhere where there's fresh soil, fruit, vegetables, plants, and flowers that are blossoming and growing. And you surround yourself with that type of energy. And that means your relationships as well. If you're in a relationship with a man right now, ladies, who is not supporting you, who doesn't make you feel good about yourself, who doesn't get you excited about your own passion, who doesn't have his own thing going himself and his own level of passion and a vision for himself, who's constantly tearing you down, condescending to your character, making you feel like what you're doing is never going to happen, belittling your every move, making you feel like when you're putting time and investment and sometimes money into your visions and your plan, he's tearing it down. You need to get that buster away from you. He's only destroying your vision. You need somebody around you who's strong enough to handle a strong woman who's going somewhere. I've been single for a minute because guys who I hang around can't get it. They can't grasp it. They don't understand where I'm going. They don't want to understand because it's too much for them. It's out of many of their leagues. And it's not that I'm being cocky, but it's the truth. If I continue to stay stuck in a rut with a bunch of folk who don't have anything going and who don't want anything going, guess where I'm going to end up stuck? In a rut, right along with them. And what is that going to be for me? You've got to get up and start looking for what it is you are meant to be doing. You got to stop complaining about what it is you feel you're not getting in life and go and get it. You got to stop complaining about what that man's not doing and get him the heck away from you if he's not pleasing you, if he's not willing to change. You got to change yourself. If you're continuing to doing the same thing over and over again, you're never going to ever see your true destiny. You're just not. That's not going to happen. You're going to limit yourself over and over again. You've got to stop. God has been really, 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 really blessing me. I look up and I say, God, you want me to do that? That you chose me for that project? I have to question myself sometimes and go, me? For that? With those people? But that's him. I got to believe and have faith that he knows what's best for me. And I have to have the confidence to get up and know that everything he asked me to do, I have what I need to do it. And so you too have to believe you have what you need to do it. Quit walking around here trying to find justification in the clothes you wear, in the shoes you wear, in the kind of car you drive, in the kind of handbags you carry, in the kind of hairstyles you have, in the kind of crew or posse you hang around. Quit trying to be justified through that. Justify yourself through your overall actions on what you're trying to do for your future. What matters most is where you're headed. The temporary don't matter. Where you're headed long term is what matters. Just like when you open up a 401k account, you're not going to go in there and see that investment start to grow right away. You have to let that money do what it's supposed to do and let that money work for you. So years later, you can come back and see that big old blossoming fund growing. That's how it is in life. You cannot expect to see where you're trying to get happen overnight. But if you continue to stay in a dead area, it's not going to blossom. I get tired of seeing people go around bragging about what they got, what they're doing, and then they don't have a vision or plan for their life. They're settling for mediocre relationships with someone who cares nothing about them. I don't get offended when I see people on Facebook posting exciting things about what they're doing, what they've done, where they're heading. I don't judge people for being excited about success and accomplishments. I don't judge people for being excited about that next step that kept them going. You don't know, that person might have been contemplating suicide. Contemplating not even wanting to be here anymore. But something sparked them to want to get up and yet again post something positive. These positive messages that you see people posting, that's their therapy for many people. That's what keeps them going. Can't you see that? It's not always about you and a person who's negative thinking about what someone's posting. That person needed that to get to the next day, to get through the next hour. People are at a suicidal state. People are losing their mind, their confidence, their self-worth. They don't feel good anymore. And not feeling good about yourself is not a good feeling. You got to get up and stop mourning how dissatisfied you are with life, and get up and enjoy life to the fullest. For those who embrace and show you they love and care for you, and they try to make constant contact with you, stay in touch with them. Let them continue to build you up and boost you up and lift you up. You need people like that in your life. Because if they want to be there, you should want to be there with them. For those who for some reason don't talk to you anymore, they suddenly cut you off, you can make your effort to try to reach out, but if they're not changing, don't chase anybody. Quit trying to be accepted by somebody who doesn't want you there. They have their reasons, and it is what it is. You cannot change that. You're never going to be successful if you worry about every little thing people are doing. You cannot do that. Worry about yourself and where you are headed, where you're trying to go. Get out of these mediocre, lazy, sorry relationships with people whose nickname should be eat and sleep. Somebody said that a long time ago. They call people that are lazy eat and sleep. That was just so funny to me. But anyway, that's another story. But you got to get away from that type of way of thinking. I would not be able to do what I do today if I was just sitting around with a bunch of people who don't have anything going for themselves. I'm not jealous of anyone. I'm not insecure about myself. I use other people's success as influence and motivation. It helps me to continue to keep going and stay motivated and stay pumped. What is that next thing I'm about to work on? I'm excited to share that. I'm excited to see people's accomplishments and success stories. I'm excited to see people off doing things for others and doing what they love. That does something for me. It brings out the best in me to see them doing what they love, to see them fulfilling other people's needs and helping other people fulfill their dreams and their visions, helping other people clear out that clutter in their head and in their mind. That's a good feeling. You should want to be around people who love to post positive messages to keep them going and to help keep you going. You never know who you're changing, whose mind or thought process or life you're changing by the things you do and the actions that you take. Get up off your butt. Quit hanging around sorry people who have nothing going for themselves, trying to change them. Stop complaining and make it happen. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You deserve it. If you'll spend $200 on a handbag, spend $70 or $80 on a course that's going to better you. Do it. I've done it. I continue to do it. And it keeps me motivated and it keeps me going. That is how you are successful. Successful people aren't afraid to invest in themselves. They just aren't. Don't ever look at when you're going to a seminar or somewhere where there's people that are successful and who've done it and who's doing it, that you're just paying to hear somebody speak. Because you're not paying to hear nobody speak. You are going to pay and investing in your future. That is what you should look at that like. You are investing in your future and your own overall development. Now, I encourage you and I challenge you. Challenge you to get up and change your way of thinking. I challenge you to realize who you really are and run into your greatness. You can't get there sitting around. You can't get there being negative. You can't get there lacking faith. If you're broken, if you're dealing with a devastating relationship or a breakup, if you're dealing with insecurities and low self-esteem, you don't feel good about yourself. If you're dealing with someone who has cheated on you, if you're dealing with someone who keeps lying to you, if you're dealing with a guy who's not calling you back when you call him, if you're dealing with someone who doesn't take the time to text you and say good morning, if you're dealing with someone who's always asking for you to do stuff and they're never wanting to do it for you, you've got to cut that drama off. You can't keep dealing with anybody who's not willing to go the extra mile for you. You cannot do that. You won't grow. You will not get anywhere with that. Cut that out. Make sure you come visit me at my page, TinsleyBradford.com. That's my blog. I write about relationships and dating. You can order my book there. But for the most part, this talk was just to motivate you and boost you to know it's time out for mediocre thinking. We're at a point in our lives where people have to be doing it. You got to do big things to make it in this world. Mediocre don't make it. Okay? Have a blessed and amazing and a fabulous day. Get up and do what makes you feel good about life. Get up and do something with yours. Have a great day. Bye.